Hey everybody, Philm Brown here at the movies with Philm. You know, sometimes I even come in and I'm not even sure what the movie is that we're going to show, and I have to wait around all day for somebody to deliver it to me. Now I'm hearing some footsteps. Morgan's our deliverer, it looks like today. What is this? Is this the, here's the film. Be careful, okay? You okay? Okay. Wow. You like this? Yeah. Yeah, this is his favorite movie. I wouldn't believe that this one. I thought you would like something like some zombie movie or something, but no. Yeah, well, what the heck? I mean, I don't always have to like films with guys with beards on all the time. Right, exactly, right? It's like, oh, I can only watch films with people with beards or wear a hat or something like that, or a scarf, right? Be very limited. Okay, and I'd be typecast as a viewer, right? So, yeah, what is the film that Morgan's so excited about is a 1959 film. It's a Philippine movie. It is Terror is a Man. Whoa, Terror is a Man. And it's directed by two guys that when you think of the Philippine film industry of this time period, Gerardo De Leon, right? De Leon, and Eddie Romero. Yeah, later the Chloroform Monsters things. Yeah, both were major filmmakers in the Filipino industry and multi-award winners on both sides, and they often work together. As a matter of fact, Romero was brought in by De Leon to work in film. See, I guess he had read some short fiction or something that De Leon had that Romero had written, and said, "Hey, why don't you write some screenplays for us and things?" And okay, now this film is ostensibly it is the Island of Dr. Moreau, the H.G. Wells story, but written through the lens of Paul Harbour, who wrote the screenplay for this. And again, okay, very much like that we find in Moreau-ish guys. We have a guy who's shipwrecked, who washes up on the shore of this mysterious island, luckily, and he stumbles into this. He doesn't know it right away, but this mad doctor. Yeah, this scientist guy who's experimenting with evolutionary type of stuff, right? Experimenting on animals. And in this case, he's trying to take a panther and turn it into a human being, right? He also has a beautiful wife, and that becomes another kind of the undertone of the tensions that run on this island. Some other great titles for this film. And I like the idea of other titles for movies. You might as well have a whole slew of them. Why don't you just have them pop up periodically? Why do you have to have one title for a film? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It says, okay, it pops up, Terror is a Man. Oh, then the movie goes on and about, half an hour in. Well, we got a lot of them, so I'm about 10 minutes in. We say, Gory Creatures. Yeah, see, that Gory Creatures, and then moves on, Blood Creature. Now the title at which you're going to see it, okay, is Blood Creature. That Creature from Blood Island, yeah, and then Island of Terror. So all of those sort of work together, you know. You got an island with blood on it, and you got some creatures, right? Terror is a Man, I think, is a great title for this. This creature that they are experimenting on, they're working on, is a very pitiable type of character. You feel very sorry for him. He makes these moaning sounds, you know, and he's all bandaged. He's sort of like a panther mummy-like guy, right? And he's got these little ears and stuff. He's got the mummy bandages on him around, and I can't go too far into the plot. Later on, you're going to really see some mummy type of things. And I can understand why Morgan liked it. You got some of the same emotions. Yeah, no, when you watch a film enough, right? I watch films enough that I've seen people do this. Now I do that. See, I learned that you learn things from films. One thing I learned in this movie is, okay, when they're looking at this scrapbook sort of evolution stuff, you know, like human head, and then you got cat heads in various evolutionary moments, and you take your fingers like this and stick them in your mouth like that, and then you turn the page like that. Yeah. Now you don't bite it off, but and then you turn the page. You learn that from there, and and maybe it reminds you. Maybe you've done that before, and you're like, there you go. That's how to turn a page, right? Like that. I learn little things from films. You don't have to learn big things. I don't learn now. They don't explain the evolution of this stuff, right? They kind of go quickly through the evolutionary process. Give you some, what looks like scientific stuff. Yeah, I don't learn that. I learn how to turn a page. Yeah. Yeah. The film, now, the guy who plays, they call him Beast Man, okay, in the credit. Beast Man. He's the blood creature, I guess. Flory Carlos plays him. Flory Carlos, which I think is a great name for a guy, okay. Kind of interesting about this. Now, I don't know how far to take this. Some people, well, I'll go this far. This is one of the early Philippine horror films, 1959. Okay, and I think quite successful. I remember a number of years ago, I was watching this at home. Yep, I watch films at home. And the sound of the wailing cat, my wife was in another room and she heard that and she was like, oh, I feel bad for that creature. What is this, right? I felt bad for it, right? And then came in and sat down and watched the rest of the movie, and we just feel very pitiable towards this character. It's like, oh, he didn't choose to do that. No, I mean he was happy as a lark or as a cat-like thing, and then all of a sudden it's like, you will become a man. And who is the monster in this? Terror is a man. Terror is the man. Think about it, right? These fellows, like Dr. Frankenstein, right? Dr. Frankenstein is the true monster in the Frankenstein story, right? The creature is just pitiable, want light and stuff, and throw a little girl into water and stuff, He didn't know what he was doing. He didn't have any proper upbringing. And who should have brought him up? Dr. Frankenstein. He was the guy who was, I get mad at him, right? But he's the real monster. And of course, the Hammer horror films really focus more on Dr. Frankenstein as the monster. The monster is just sort of this thing that gives an excuse for a scientist to do stupid things. Well, in this case, kind of the same. Okay, our doctor, okay, who is the Dr. Gerard, who's played by Francis Lederer, who is an American. He worked in American films. Matter of fact, in the 30s, Irving Thalberg said, "I will make you into the greatest movie star in the world." Yeah, he said that about this Francis Lederer, and then Thalberg died. Oh, yeah, so it didn't happen, and now he turns up, well, he gets to be in Terror is a Man, 1959. I'm glad you brought this in. Let's take this and get it going, okay? Folks, you're going to enjoy this. Okay? Come on. You really want to see this or not? We got to get the lead out. Okay.